Alrighty, and welcome to another episode of the Primer Podcast. My name's William.
Yeah, this is Davis.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Yeah, I was going to say.
First podcast.
A couple of 3 weeks.
First podcast of 2017.
Yeah. At the Galaxy Studio in beautiful Long Beach today.
It's a nice day.
Yeah.
We finally got a weekend that it wasn't raining.
Right. Yeah.
The past few have been like, well, I guess I'm cleaning the garage today.
Yeah, pretty much.
Couldn't do much outside.
Can't do anything outside.
But I did get my my Moxon vise finished. Right up there.
Oh, very nice.
A couple joist hangers, 2x4. Hang it up. It's out of the way, but still accessible. I did some reinforcement. With some nice, like number 12 screws.
Yeah. Oh man, that's pretty burly.
And cut some.
Oh, that's gonna work out good.
Diagonal supports.
Yeah.
Just got in there with the impact driver and a number 12, like 1.5 inch screw. Just rap.
Yeah. Cool, man. That came out nice.
A project finished.
Lucky you.
Which
it
is like
didn't require you to be outside.
Exactly. I was able to do it inside. Get a second coat of tung oil on it.
Oh.
Break the corners.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Right.
Nice, fun little project. I don't know, probably altogether cost me about $125.
That's nothing.
Right. When you look at
for the actual clamp heads.
That's for the clamps and the lumber.
And the lumber, the poplar.
Poplar, yeah.
But you got doubled up on it, so it's what is it, like 3 inches thick?
Inch and a half.
Oh, is it?
3/4 and 3/4.
Oh.
So an inch and a half on each side. And when you start pushing, using 1x8s and 1x10s, 1x12s, your cost kind of goes up.
Well, yeah, and it's 3 feet wide.
Yeah, it's 3 feet wide. Over, I think I've got like 28 inches.
Oh,
in between,
depth.
In between the two pipes.
Yeah,
pipe clamps so that I can put a full panel in there. Because I feel, I went with, okay, what's the average size, of a door panel or a window? I was like, 24. Let me make sure I've got a few inches beyond that.
You run around the house measuring stuff?
Exactly. Measure the windows that I have to trim up.
Right.
Which was kind of the purpose of building it. Other than saying, I have a Moxon vise, and have everyone go, what's a Moxon vise? Exactly. Plenty of clamp depth. I cut them off long. I mean, I don't foresee being having to put something at least 12 inches deep into the vise.
Right.
But you never know.
Right.
Black pipe is cheap. So I could trim it down. I can make it longer or shorter. I'm not confined to specific hardware.
Right.
Because it's a pipe clamp.
Right. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Get to it.
There we go. So, any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't waste my time with that. If you're going to do something, just start today.
Okay, I get you.
I mean, why beat yourself up? I mean, it's like, you know what needs to be done? Just get up and do it.
Okay, I made one.
What did you?
But it was that kind of thinking. It just happened. Like I started doing something. I said, "Oh, I'll make this my New Year's resolution."
Well, while I'm at it,
right?
Just chalk it up.
It was a few days after the New Year's, and that was
what was that?
Whenever I can, drink beer out of a glass.
Why?
so you can smell it. Tastes better.
Ah,
When you get it,
beer out of a glass.
when you get into the hoppiness and stuff,
Okay.
you get a better nose. Like, drinking wine,
Yeah.
the
Right.
nose affects it.
Uh-huh. The shape of the glass, the aerator, with whatnot. But you also have to pair it with something.
Cigarettes.
Oh, man. Probably the one single thing that'll just kill your whole taste bud is a cigarette.
Oh, but they go so well together.
Oh, my God. What am I missing? Come on, man.
You just get
See, when you start cracking open something with it's hoppy and good and a little bitter to it, then I want to pair it up with a good sandwich.
Okay, I hear
You
you.
know?
My boss likes to drink beer at lunch.
Rough life there.
I know, and he buys it.
Way to inspire you to get back to work.
Right. So
Oh God.
so I do get that beer with the sandwich. Some potato chips on the side.
Or a burrito, that's like, but 2:00's just gotta come at you like a freight train though, because it's just sort of like, and the food's hit bottom, and you got a little bit of beer going, and you're just like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of lazy right now. I could take a nap for 45 minutes to recharge.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's just like, but especially if you throw the beer in with this, forget it.
But we've also been getting into the habit of having a cup of coffee about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Oh, that's why.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's your helper. Dang.
Gets you through the day.
Alcohol, coffee, and water, and repeat it.
There you go.
That's not all I do, man.
So, have you gotten anything done on the Mustang?
I started tearing into it today.
The dashboard?
I started with the heater
gauges?
core,
Oh,
the heater
okay.
box. I spent some time getting petrified heater hoses off, and the last time I did it, I took out the console. I took out. I don't remember if I took the passenger seat out or not, but I do remember taking out the console, the shifter handle, the T handle, and all that crap in there. And I started looking at it now, and it's, thank God for the internet. I was looking at.
How did I take
pictures.
this apart last time?
Yeah, and I remember it being a real pain in the ass, but, that was with a 6-cylinder. It had a little more real estate inside the engine compartment. Now it's not so much, but basically it's, logically, where would the factory put a screw, a sheet metal screw, or a bolt? So last night, or was it Friday night? Well, it was probably Friday night, but it's like, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm in the garage. I'm like, it starts tickling my brain. So I'm like, I'm climbing inside, and and you start doing the contortionist moves, and next thing I know, I got the glove box out. I'm just like, let me just take this out, take a peek at it, and trying to refresh my memory from 25 years ago of swapping this thing out.
Yeah.
And
let me see what I have to deal with.
yeah,
So I can sleep tonight.
yeah,
At least know what's under there.
right. I mean, I even pulled up the digital version of the shop manual and looked at descriptions. It's kind of vague. It's just sort of like, disconnect hoses, disconnect cables, remove box. It's just sort of like, it doesn't really work. That's it. At the end, you say, that's what I did. But it's sort of like, look here or look there. Or
Installation, reverse order.
Yeah, exactly. So I got some hidden things in there. And I know it's not, it's just one of those cumbersome, ugly fiberglass boxes with a lot of dead weight in it, because it's got 2 cores in it, one for the AC and one for the heater. So I know the AC is larger, but like I said previously, I left it in there years ago thinking that maybe someday I'll want an AC, so I just left it and just didn't connect it. So
This time it's coming out.
This time I'm thinking, well,
Dead weight,
yeah.
autocross.
But you see, the AC box is different than the regular heater core box. And the configuration I have in the firewall would require me to get a different box and a different cover plate that goes on the firewall. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So it's sort of like, what I would probably do is just plug the holes and just remove the AC core.
Okay, how often do you use the heater?
I used to use it like during the winter months when it was a regular driver until 2 years ago.
You could just rip the whole thing out, throw some sheet metal over it.
Well, it's
That's
not,
what I did
haven't
with-
been using it. Well, I haven't been using it in the past 6 months because the heater core went out. So I just looped the line. I mean, that's what I did with the Ranchero too. I never hooked up the heater core. I mean, hit the heater, the coolant to the heater on the Ranchero. I just never put the hoses in. I rebuilt the heater box. It's all, I mean, I fiberglassed it, painted it. It's all new and fresh. It's just, I just never got around to getting 6 feet of heater hose and plugging it in.
And spending 5 minutes with
Spending 5 minutes with
hose clamps and a screwdriver.
4 shiny new hose clamps to put that together.
Priorities.
But it looks like I'm buying some new heater hose now anyway, so. But yeah, tracking down, I was looking for the stupid studs that come through the firewall because there's various things looking at you from inside versus upside down, and you can't see anything because there's that thick rubber insulation between the firewall and the inside and the box. You might remember that when you pulled this thing out.
No, that was a long time ago.
Imagine like a big rubber mat inside of like a supermarket when you walk in.
Okay.
Some obnoxiously looking, rubber side carpet that's, 45 years old and deteriorating, but visually you can't get under there. You can't see anything until you actually drop this magic box of a problem. And I could see where I didn't put the gasket in between the cowl vent and the actual box, because I remember I went to the auto parts store and actually bought a heater core, but I did it in one day not knowing what I was doing and getting into, but I got it to work. So
at the
and then
time,
I said, at the time, I'm like, I'm not spending. You know what? I don't even think they offered gaskets for that, and I didn't. I didn't have the money or time and expense to go make one and use all that, so I just left it. So I got like the Gap.
At the time, it was the right thing.
It worked.
It seemed like the right thing to
like,
do.
Hey, it worked. Obviously, I forgot about it, but so yeah, I'll be core and then gasket kit, and I'll clean it all up, and should be good to go. But I haven't had to take the console out or the shifter yet. I found out where it disconnects from the blower, so that's key because that's a pain. So I'll fix that up. But yeah, and then the electrical on those gauges, man, it's like I got to spend 2 days and get it done at once, because every time I come back to it, I mean, I've been tagging everything, and then I'm looking at schematics, and I can see where I left off, but then I've forgotten where I left off at. So I'm basically like following my tracks in the snow again, but they've gone away.
Write it down.
Right. But I keep thinking, oh, okay, I'll come back next weekend, but no, it never happens.
See, at work, when I go to when I know I'm leaving one property for a while, I'm not coming back, I've got a book that I keep with me that I write down, here are all my projects in progress.
Right.
Or I take blue tape.
And start tagging stuff.
And just blue tape and a Sharpie. And fix this. There, touch up paint here.
Right.
Ding. So...
Well, I do have that.
The property in North Long Beach.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for a couple weeks.
Right.
Out of sight, out of mind. Before I left, I walked around and just started making a list.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I have lists. I have lists in the garage, but it's sort of like long term, short term, and then the stuff that pops up that's just pops up. But yeah, and then you get what I'm saying,
Right.
But as far as the schematics, though, it's sort of like the electrical spaghetti. It's just, yeah, because I want to do it right, you know.
Well, you don't want to come back 20 years later and said, "Who did this crap?"
That's why I made little labels for all the wires too, man.
It was like, I did this.
But I gotta touch everything. I gotta get under the car for the transmission again, for the speedo cable. I mess with that. I gotta do some wiring. I mean, for that, the end result is gonna be sweet, but it's just sort of like, well, and then you're dealing with the old plastic for stuff, and the dash pad smoked, and you know, like I took the carpet piece off, you know, the other night. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cheesy, man. It's kind of scary, but it's got to go. But you start getting into the, you know, what's next?
Well, speaking of lists, make a list for Turlock.
Yeah,
That's like that's 2 weeks away.
I know. We made plans for that over 6 months ago. I just hope it don't rain, man.
I've been there when it was raining, and it was miserable. Yeah, it was one of the times.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the years you didn't go.
Obviously, because I would have remembered.
Oh yeah.
Man, were you wearing a trash bag poncho or what?
I think I had my what'd fish call it? The potato chip, my Autolite hat.
Oh, that's right.
With the bill up.
With the bill flipped up.
And you know,
It did
good
rain,
Dickies
huh?
jacket.
Yeah.
You know, flannel. I mean, it was cold. I mean,
It was cold when we were there last 2 years ago.
They had the parking situation different. Well, seems like it's different every year.
Right.
You know,
It's just
where
it's just
to
nutty,
come
man.
in.
Yeah.
And you know, it was that long line for coffee because that you know, just being cold and wet, just give me a cup of coffee. You know, it's
Right.
like you know,
Just like, yeah, the gloves on the hands with the fingers cut off, and
yeah.
guys are like hanging out in front of those those converted washing
the washing machine
with
drums.
the fire going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
What's on your list for Turlock, man?
Maybe a mirror for the truck
Oh, that's right. Or a radio,
or a radio. That'd be
old
good.
school radio.
You know, or at least the face,
Yeah.
because I can ditch a radio in the glove compartment
Yeah.
if it doesn't work.
No,
I
hear you.
just
But the
want
face,
a good look.
The face actually is like,
It's an oval.
yeah, it's like an oval with probably two small holes for the knobs, and then is it a square rectangular opening in the center? It's got to be for the face. No, maybe not.
I don't think so. The whole
The whole thing
thing's
is just
like
one piece, huh?
Yeah,
That's different.
I haven't looked for that. Oh, and you know, some license plates.
Oh, you're going for the like a original patina, unrestored but clear DMV clear black plate.
Right.
Yeah.
If I can find them at a good price.
Right.
The problem with Turlock sometimes is that people hold on to stuff thinking that oh, this is museum. You know, it's like, you know, supply and demand. You know,
Well, that's why you're there, right? You go, hey, well, right.
I
Basic economics.
you
What's
sent me
it
that
worth
link to
you?
that guy on Craigslist.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted like, I don't for both. I was trying to get a deal out of him.
Well, that would make sense.
You know, for the Galaxy and the truck.
Right.
You know, and I was looking at like $300.
That,
Which is a little
that's
high.
A little high, but I would. I mean, if you had 250 on you and you felt like shopping, and you called this guy up and say, "Hey, I'd like to come over and take a look at look at some plates," and then you're going to start to be looking for the right look of the plate for you. You don't want something that's like brand new, like Joe Schmo at the BMW across the street.
Right, with the legacy plates.
Yeah. Because you want, the front. No?
Oh, exactly. I was agreeing with yes, and because I mean the truck looks like a beater. I want the license plate to look like a beater.
Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't be the first thing you notice, right?
Which, when I see the new black plates, that's boom.
Yeah, right.
It's just like that's what I see.
Right.
Which is lame.
Not lame, right?
So, because of the legacy plate program, and Tony brought this up at our SEMA conversation.
Right.
Because of the legacy plate program, the demand is low, or it's lowering.
Right.
Thus, it should be bringing the price down.
Should be. But
But
like I said though, you have the advantage of it might even be the challenge for you to find some original beat up plates, that are unrestored for year of manufacture.
well,
Or you know what I'm saying? Because the guys who are out there buying the new legacy plates, they're not stamped with the 63 in the corner.
that's what I was going to
That's
get
the
at.
key, man. And I'm still not sure if those things are made out of metal or aluminum. I'm guessing aluminum.
Okay.
So
I don't know, but
just put a magnet on it, but
you're right. It's the 63 plate with the correct year sticker.
right. But
So for the truck, I'd have to get a 65 sticker, which I've found resources online that you can get it.
oh,
So that's not a problem.
yeah, I wouldn't. Not something I would pay extra for.
It was like, okay, like if I had to buy a new sticker, let's say I found a 63 plate with a 64 sticker.
I don't understand
To get that 65 sticker is like $20.
Okay, so is that a one-time deal?
Yeah.
Because on the Mustang and the Ranchero, I just get the regular registration sticker, and then the month stickers on the other side. So I don't know what year you're talking about. Year sticker.
Okay. I guess that wouldn't matter because you'd have to have the current sticker
You have
to
to
be
have the
driving
current
around.
sticker you're going to get, and then the month is on the other side, telling the cop, "Hey, man, you're 3 months past due." That's my understanding, unless I don't remember a year sticker being. Maybe it's in the month side. I don't know, but you're talking 12-point type on a moving vehicle, man. Who
Right.
cares?
Exactly. So
That would be cool. I mean, if you could land.
I've even have the forms
Your only thing
already
you have
downloaded.
to do. Okay. Is
So
there an online thing an online app or something, you can access the DMV to check if they're clear?
yes.
Hey, man, you could stand out there in the rain and yell and deal and go, "Hey, man."
Well, it's essentially like
And you're getting one commercial and one passenger car.
correct.
Are they both valued the same, or are they?
No.
I should say.
I don't know if the commercial. Okay, as far as value, I don't know because of the supply demand. I don't know how many are at the
Right.
but they are different.
Yeah, the
The commercial plates have
Orient.
one letter
right,
and then the rest numbers,
right.
and the commercial or the passengers have another.
3 letters and 3 numbers
Right, that's it.
for that year.
Right for what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So, if I find something at the right price, yeah. If not, can it wait 2 years before we go to Turlock and I know the price will come down?
Or you just cruise eBay. Sorry, Jeff.
Oh, I have been.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, the eBay ones are much more than what I want to pay.
Are they like cleaned up, or are they just?
A lot of them are cleaned up,
Yeah,
but
see.
and
Or you find a lot of singles.
exactly,
Right.
which won't fly when you go to the California DMV and you only
Right.
have one.
And you only have one.
Not unless you go to Ray Ray and have him make you one.
Yeah, but how much is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, but is that aluminum?
I don't know. He'll be a Sherlock.
Yeah, okay. I'm just wondering. I mean,
But
don't
then
know- I
again,
don't know what-
you'd have one patina and one fresh one.
Oh, right.
You know, it is like, well, that's lame too.
That's not going to work. Well, I only use one, so.
Or you get two. I don't know. I'm going to see what I can find. And
I
go
like
from
the
there.
idea of the swap meet. Just, you know,
Yep.
rough.
And what's not great about spending an entire day of walking through other people's junk?
Knowing that you're not taking it all home. Right, man. Yeah, because at 2 o'clock, guess what? Those prices start coming down, man.
Oh, especially on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, man.
Well, that's where I got the sweet deal for the lenses.
The taillight lenses.
taillight lenses on the Galaxy.
Yeah, we see these all the time, all around everywhere, right? That guy. And no one's touched those in 3 years. Hey, man, come back.
Exactly. I looked at them. They were already a good price.
Was it NOS box, too?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it was. I knew it was Sunday. I knew it was a good price. I didn't have to have them because the ones I have, they're decent.
Right.
And so I pulled I'm going to walk away. And the guy followed me. It was
Yeah, oh, yeah, man.
and like, okay, we got a deal coming.
Yeah.
I think they were $40
Were they $40? Jesus
each.
Christ.
You know,
Oh.
but still,
NOS? Well, probably like 200 now.
right. I was going to say, but I got both for less than a price. You know, if
Did they even make those repo?
I've seen them somewhere.
Oh, really?
Maybe Dearborn.
I'm
I haven't checked out the
surprised.
Dearborn
They're
website in a
different
long
than
time.
67s, huh?
The last time I looked was just a year or two ago. They kind of peaked out at 67.
But the actual taillight lens are different.
Right.
So this is a single-year body style.
Yep.
66 and 67.
Single years.
Oh, you're right. 65, 66 were paired. 67 was its own. 68 was its own. 69 changed completely. That's like, Hawaii 5-0, Jack Lord. This is 69, right? I'm thinking
Yeah.
of the LTD.
Right. This is
That's
the
weird.
68 was Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
His was a custom 500.
What was the Sharky's Machine? Is that the other movie?
Sharky's
With Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds. Don't know.
Oh. Put that on your movie list, man. You're right.
Speaking of movie lists,
Oh, wait, have you been to the movies?
No, I haven't been to the movies.
Oh, man.
But I do have a movie question for you.
No, I don't know.
Have you ever seen Death Race 2000?
Yes, but not for a very long time. I bet I was like maybe 15, if that.
It came out in 1975.
Yeah, but I saw it on TV. I mean, it wasn't one of those things that I rented or
Well,
ran over to the VHS. I know it was edited because I guess apparently there is some pretty, graphic.
I've never seen it. Just today I watched a few clips.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's graphic. It alludes to it.
Very alludes to. Okay.
And you see some pretty cheesy
Oh,
versions of it.
yeah.
Apparently. Okay. Again, I've never seen it, but
Not the whole thing. That kind of reminds me of
the world becomes overpopulated.
Uh-huh.
So they have this death race.
Right. They get points, right?
Right. For children, infants are so many points, teenagers are so many points.
Yeah.
A female versus a male are different points.
Right. And they race from one city to another, or
From coast to coast.
coast to coast. Okay, so it's kind of like a cannonball / gumball rally.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
this is where I'm going with this.
You're going. I don't remember who's in it.
Well,
Was Stallone in it?
I know I didn't get that far in my research because
Wow.
I just started diving into it today.
Okay.
Well, in a couple days, January 17th, Death Race 2050 is coming out.
What?
Yes.
Oh man.
Same premise.
Who's in that one?
I didn't get that far.
I didn't see the.
Okay, you know how you were asking me about my iPod?
I didn't see
And
the
we talked about
preview.
Marin?
Yeah, okay.
The guy behind Death Wish is
Death
on
Race.
Marin, Mark Maron's podcast that came out, Wednesday, a
Okay,
few days
last
ago.
week, yeah.
That's what got me. That got
So
me
you got your
started.
wheels turning. Huh? I haven't seen a preview for that. Even when I was when I went to go see Rogue One, Star Wars movie.
So,
I would have been yelling, oh yeah, I gotta see that.
okay.
It's like Mystery Science Theater, man.
So I'm thinking, Turlock has a movie theater. So does Alameda.
Oh wow. Now we're crunched on time. You're saying if it's raining, forget the swap meet and go to the movies?
No, I'm saying after the swap meet,
Oh.
jump in the hot tub, go get some, because you
Death Race hot tub?
and then go hit the movies.
Sure, man.
Or if it's playing in Alameda,
The Alameda movie theater is pretty awesome.
and they've got a service, like a food service.
Do they really?
Yeah,
I don't
they're like-
remember them having that. I know we ate it across the street. That cool Mediterranean restaurant. That was pretty neat.
Well, they
I say we eat there and then go across the street. So many options, man.
right, but they have a service. Like you buy your tickets online,
Right.
you buy your food online.
Right.
You
Huh.
it's all reserved seating.
Yeah. Oh, really? Like the
It-
Harkins?
Yeah, then when you get there,
Ah.
they bring the stuff to you.
Wow.
It looks pretty sweet.
The Harkins movie. You've been to a Harkins movie theater around here?
I've
That's
never
where I
heard
saw
of
the
it.
Rogue One. It's over here in Cerritos. They actually have like a bar there.
Oh, like
On the side from the right of the concession stand, so you can order up a beer out of a tap and drink out of a glass like what you're doing,
rather than a plastic solo cup.
rather than a cup. I think I don't remember now.
Okay,
I take that back. I think it's a plastic cup, but you can't leave with it. You have to stay in the area, but another amenity.
so both theaters don't have their schedules up yet.
Oh, I'm way out, man.
Well, I'm trying to do my
Right.
research here.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm just
But
saying
that's the,
it
but
could
that's
be an
the,
option.
Yeah, I mean that's the option you have when you're standing in the middle of a swap meet, looking at DMV blessed license plates, and also figuring out what movie theater has your movie.
Right. I'm just okay. Saturday night we're going to be in a hotel room drinking.
Yeah,
Why not go to see Death Race 2050?
Uber it. Yeah,
Just an option.
do they have Uber in Turlock?
I don't know.
But if you ask anybody, they're gonna say, "Who's that? Who you calling a goober?" Oh man.
It could be that the town's been building it up over the years.
I'm making a joke. Who knows? They do have a university out there, so yeah, man.
So again, with dates. Oh,
That's cool. So yeah, Turlock, January the 27th through the 29th.
right. And let me just finish up the Death Race thing.
Oh yeah.
There was a computer game called Carmageddon.
Carmageddon. That's right.
Did you ever play that?
Oh, I played. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
okay.
I remember having problems with the computer though because my processor wasn't fast enough.
I had problems with Carmageddon 2.
I don't remember which one, but
the processing, but
yeah, it's kind of janky, but same idea.
right, the same idea as Death Race. I mean, it was like the point is not to win the race; it's just to take out everything.
Yeah, just start. Yeah. Oh, and then seems to me other people who are driving can take you out too.
Oh yeah,
Right.
like
Okay.
NPCs.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they get points for that as well.
And then if you
It's kinda
destroy
like
their
a-
car, you get to
A running man of some guy in a car.
you get their car.
Oh,
Jeez, I think it was my second year
I gotta see the original.
of teaching quote regular kids. I had it on one work computer.
Oh, really?
Had it buried deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Only I knew how to which
Which
folder and folder
was
and
that?
folder. And I had a group of like 3 or 4 boys that would help me after school.
Right.
Passing out papers, filing,
yeah.
filing stuff, and that was
yeah.
their reward.
Oh, how to
like-
kill time.
like-
No pun intended.
Like help me out with this, and
Right.
you get a little Carmageddon.
Oh. The bargaining chip. Oh, the carrot at the end of the stick.
But it worked.
I don't know anybody who doesn't work for a carrot. Come on. So what's going on with the truck, man? I saw you did some POR work on there. It looks pretty nice.
It's
And I
getting.
guess you just got it just like hours before it started raining again.
No, I worked on it yesterday.
But last week you put a coat of that on there. Right?
Oh yeah.
And then it rained.
Then it rained. I got lucky.
Did it cure up enough?
Yes, it did. So last weekend, because a month ago, welded in some new metal.
Yeah.
So
It's been a month. Yeah.
so of course, it, the surface rust came.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So-
Oxidation. Right.
Right. So yeah, I got in there with the grinder,
Uh-huh.
cleaned it all up,
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
wire brushed,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Just-
did the cleaner,
Oh,
the metal prep, and then put a coat of POR
Right.
on it. Then yesterday, I used the POR putty.
Oh, is that like the two part putty?
Yeah, it's a 2-part putty.
How'd that work out, man?
Works great.
Did it? What was the consistency like?
Well, it was a little cold, so it was a little okay. I had some from I don't know 10 years ago that
That's probably too old.
that I tossed out.
Oh.
So the new stuff, you cut equal parts,
Uh-huh.
and then start kneading it.
Okay.
After about a minute, it starts to warm up a little bit,
Oh, really?
so it makes it easier to knead and
So
easier to
it's-
work with.
Oh, okay, so it's like catalyzing, but it's warming up. Oh.
But it doesn't get hot.
No, right.
Like
You're working with your hand.
like when you overdo Bondo, with the catalyst, and
the
it starts,
catalyst, right.
it starts getting
it's
a little toasty. But it worked really good on some of the holes that I knew that like I'd have a hard time getting Bondo in there.
Right. I mean, probably like holes about the size of what, like a push pin head?
Yeah, I even went up to a nickel.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow, really?
Well, I built it around the sides.
Oh,
Let it set up.
right.
Come back again.
Come back and hit it again.
But essentially I underfilled it just by a little bit because I remember for some reason I remember it being harder to sand than Bondo,
Oh,
so I underfilled it.
so it's elastic when you're laying it down.
And then after about an hour, it cures.
It cures up, and then it's hard to sand. So, not a lot of shrinkage then.
No,
Not like you're like some of your joint compounds and things that you use for like a house. There's shrinkage.
right. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
that was my thinking. Like when I'm doing drywall and plaster patches
Right.
on a house, I'll use like 20-minute plaster. But I underfill it by like a 1/16. It doesn't shrink, but it's rock solid, and
Right.
it is a pain in the ass to sand.
Right.
I mean, you can't sand it once it's hard. You can't sand it by hand.
And then it's especially when it's on drywall, because the drywall next to it's going to be sanded down faster, so you've got yourself a
Right.
instant ridge.
So you fill in the big stuff with plaster, or
Right.
in my case, the POR 15 putty. Then I came back with Bondo and skim coated it.
Right.
Or if I'm working on a house, that's what I'll do, the joint compound or the
Right.
topping compound, because that's easier to sand and feather
Right.
than the rock hard stuff.
Right. Huh? Okay.
So I got that done yesterday. It looks pretty good. I got there's a couple places I got to skim coat it a little bit more, but I was running out of time.
Right. So then,
And of course, I mixed it too hot, so it's
start kicking and pulling up on itself.
pulling up, lots of little
And it starts looking like
pebbles and
sandpaper?
stuff like that.
Right.
Exactly.
There you go, Tony.
So
So do
I got it in there.
Yeah.
I got the random orbital sander, smoothed it out, and
Wow.
of course I don't have parking today. Anywhere where I can run an extension cord, so
Oh,
no sanding today. But
there was a spot right up front when I pulled up.
yeah, but I can't parallel park.
Oh man, painful. Gonna have to take you out, with my son.
Well, I need to.
Long pause.
Well, I need to take them out to learn how to drive a stick.
Drive a stick. They might actually like that. At least one of them would. One guy finished his test. The other guy's a slacker. Imagine that. Oh man. Anyway, so you got the orbital sander out.
Smooth it down. Put some primer on it.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a sealer that goes with after you did that. There's you applied a primer sealer of some kind.
Primer and a top coat, because then, and I used a gloss.
Wow.
Well, a gloss top. That way you could see what needs to still be done.
Oh, sure, right.
I mean, if it's all flat and you're in,
right.
Shadows. It's
Yeah.
like, this way is like, oh, there's an indentation,
Right.
and there. I was using those Bondo plastic scrapers.
The spreaders.
Yeah, to screed it.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
Too soft.
Too soft.
No kidding.
If you look right there, there's a wooden handle sticking out.
Yeah, man. You got your regular, probably like a 5-inch wide putty knife.
Oh, no, that's like an 8-inch.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's going to be my next step after you leave. Mix. I've got new can of Bondo right there.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, okay. I get you.
I used up. Okay, I had a couple, like quarter of a can stuff.
Yeah.
Tried to use up what was still good.
Yeah.
So I'll skim coat it.
Oh, I think you labeled that too.
I'll do a skim coat with a good, taping knife.
Yeah.
To screed it off, prime it, and I'll almost be ready to put in the bed liner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Now you just got to pray for a good week of some sun.
Right, a good weekend that I can get in there, sand everything down.
Are you going to use a pressure washer at work and just get all that out of there? And
I'll just do some sanding on some rough spots on the wheel wells, especially.
Yeah.
And then I could use the pressure washer at work, or I'm just going to go to one of the coin op laundry or car wash things, and just blast everything out.
That'll work.
Then do the cleaner degreaser.
For the kit?
Yeah, the POR stuff.
Is it like a hand spray, like a spray bottle kind of thing?
With the cleaner degreaser, you mix it in a spray bottle, 1-to-1 up to 5-to-1 with warm water, and then just start spraying.
Yeah.
And then walk away. Hose it off. Walk away.
Oh.
put the metal etching stuff again, in a
Yeah.
spray thing
Oh,
for a half an hour.
right.
Wash it off, make sure it's bone dry, and then
Right.
start
So take a minute.
lathering in the POR. If you look
So
behind
then
you,
you're going to do a POR again after you've got everything degreased, cleaned, rinsed, washed, and then you go back with the bed liner.
right?
But you're still keeping a few holes in the corners to drain water.
Yeah, there's some of the holes. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So it's not like you're making a big tub.
no.
Well, you couldn't anyway with a tailgate, but
But if you look behind you,
Yeah.
there's a brand new little weenie roller and a paint tray.
Well, yeah.
I'm getting ready, getting my parts together.
So that should work out pretty good with the actual floor, the bed floor with all the ribs.
Yep. So combination between roller and brush.
Yeah, okay. Cut it in with a brush or
Ac-
a brush or a sponge.
Brush.
Oh.
Or at least that's what with the brush. I mean, the stuff's so good. It's like kind of self-leveling.
Yeah, it's pretty
You-
thin.
You don't
Wait, what's thin? The POR?
the
or
POR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you brush it, you don't see the brush strokes.
No, yeah, it just it flows.
Right. So.
Right on. And then the bed liner material is black too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna use a roller for that too.
Yeah.
And is there a certain nap that's
I haven't gotten that far.
required
As far as
to give some texture to the, or is it texture the actual liner already textured?
I don't know.
Oh,
I have not opened the can.
yeah. Oh, interesting.
I probably should, but I
Well-
haven't been close enough to worry about it yet.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I wouldn't open it until you're ready to use it.
Right. So
Or
that's
at least close to using it.
coming up. So
Oh, cool, man.
Max starting to make
Watching the
some
weather
progress.
pretty quick. Making some videos on that, man.
I started. There'll be a video
Cool.
up probably by the end of the week,
Right
at
on.
least with the stuff I've done so far. Definitely one when I'm rolling in,
Yeah.
the liner.
Oh, sure, man. Do a time lapse.
But let's see. Next weekend I'm working overtime.
What are you doing?
Carpet.
It sounds awful.
Okay, I don't install carpet, but
It still sounds painful.
there's a couple apartment buildings, there's 3 units that's getting some new carpet, and the people are living there, like they've been there for a really long time. It's like, carpet's just trashed.
Right.
So I'm working overtime that day, Saturday. So I'll be cutting, removing the carpet,
Right.
cutting it into strips,
Yeah.
chucking it in the dumpster,
Right.
and helping moving furniture around.
Right. Oh, right.
Hey, but time and a half,
What else I got going on?
right? And then the weekend after that is Turlock,
You out of trouble.
and then obviously I have to be able to do it when the weather's nice, or
Yeah.
take it up to property in North Long Beach, do it in the
Oh.
garage.
Yeah, but can you actually park something in that garage?
Mhm.
Oh, you can?
Okay.
Not all full of stuff?
Well, it's all full of stuff, but I
Yeah, okay.
I have
You'll
to
be moving things around again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So progress on that.
That's cool, man. So, yeah, you're...
And then also I got to squeeze in. We've got a new couch coming, like in a week or two.
That's great. What's going on now?
Okay. The yellowish goldish color
The
in
house,
the
house
living room.
Okay, the living room and the house.
That we chose that color based off of the purple couch.
Right. Okay.
Now the new couch is not purple,
Okay.
so it might totally clash.
Okay.
So I might have to paint that whole room again. So that would be another weekend pushing the bed liner back.
Nah. I don't see that as a priority, man. I don't care. Come on.
Okay, but as being married,
You couldn't just get a sofa that would go along with the yellow walls, man?
we're gonna see.
Or
I already know
or
I'm
pick
gonna have
the
to.
fabric that kind of would go with it. Usually the style, if it's a good enough, usually a style comes with a choice of 5 colors. Just like a car, right?
Okay, well, it was 3.
That
well,
was-
okay,
that
we
was-
had
okay.
we had 3 that we were looking at, but
Okay, yeah, but then you kind of go like, oh, okay.
okay, but it may or may not go. So I may or may not be painting.
Nah, you're not
So-
fan.
I
Nah,
think I am.
nah. I vote no. Just sit in the sofa and enjoy it.
Well, I'm kicking back watching Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, man.
That's my new obsession.
Well, you're supposed to make a headboard.
I have the metal.
Right.
I
Man,
have the-
somebody forgot about that.
I have the dimensions that
God
need to
forbid
be
we
cut.
mention, ripping out the plywood walls there too.
Let's see.
See?
It's on the list.
Maybe she.
Bedroom.
Yeah. Maybe she forgot about that too.
Well, see the red paper there? Bought that today. That's for getting ready for the bedroom.
That for the floor, huh?
We're covering up the floor.
No kidding. Wow.
So,
Spring cleaning.
right.
William.
Okay. Spring.
Oh,
Spring. cleaning.
oh, it rolls the eyes. Oh no.
Um,
Jeez.
we have a new kitten. Well, he's
Yeah, that happened. That guy.
well, he's
Still
gotten
around,
pretty.
right? Still tearing things up now.
Yeah,
He's learning.
he,
He's learning fast, huh?
he looks like a teenager now.
Oh.
I mean, he's
scrappy.
he's almost full size. Like
Right.
peaked his growing spurt. From growing,
Little
coming
tiny
from
guy, right.
but he still has the kitten attitude.
Sure.
At some point yesterday, I put my truck keys on some horizontal surface. I think it was at the kitchen counter,
Oh,
or it could have been on top of the washer and dryer.
right.
That's what I remember. And the wife was gone over the weekend, so no confirmation.
Oh, no.
Anything that you set down to a kitten
Did you find the keys?
is either food
Oh,
or a toy.
right. You
So-
find your keys
I have no idea where they are.
for the truck?
Keys to the truck.
Oh, they're separate from the house keys.
Yes.
So it's like a ring of 2 keys. There's one for
Look.
the door, one for the ignition.
No, door, gas,
Oh, that's right.
spare tire,
Oh,
tools. So there's
Oh.
like 4 keys on there.
right.
Gone. I spent 45 minutes with a flashlight, hands and knees, every corner, looked under the stove, under the refrigerator.
So you're set on blaming this cat.
Yep.
Because I'm just saying, because he's like
Okay.
the go-to spot. I know. We need
I
y'all
am
to have
so anal about
You're
keys.
gonna say it out loud and say, "I'm gonna put the keys right here." When I come back, or when I need to get to this, it's gonna be right here.
Right. And I only have a few go-to spots.
Right.
I built a
Okay.
I built a box where they should have been.
Right.
That was my mistake. That's where they go.
One. Okay.
Then there's a couple nowhere. But in going around with the flashlight, spring cleaning,
Uh-oh.
you start looking. When's the last time you looked underneath your washing machine?
Well, my dryer, when I had replaced it.
Okay. Okay,
I
but
spent an hour cleaning that.
right, that's
Oh my god.
that's what I realized this morning. It's like, oh, I got to get the shop vac out and pull all this stuff out, because it's been
Right.
Sometime, you're looking under.
It's
and
like the heater core in the Mustang.
and like, oh, there's cat toys under there.
Oh,
Pens.
so
Because a pen, if you
Yeah.
leave it laying on a table that you were just,
yeah, the pen that
using-
you always need that you never have, right? Unless it's in your ear,
it becomes a toy.
right?
Pop.
See ya.
Even like a pair of glasses.
Oh, you've lost
Not-
glasses now too.
No, I don't because those I put. It's a wife's.
So essentially, you're gonna have boxes all over the house.
So
Lots of magnets.
spring cleaning.
Oh man!
If you haven't done it for a while, pull that stuff out. Get your shop vac out.
but you
get
found your keys. You found another set of keys,
Well, I had to pull out my spares,
right?
which of course has like keys from 3 different changes.
Oh,
Because why get rid of these old keys? I'll just put the new keys on the same key ring over and over again over the years.
oh,
So I've got multiple gas
right.
tank keys, multiple door keys.
Yeah, labeling keys is yeah, you think, well, it's right here on the ring, but then it's like, what's that for?
Right. So I had to pull my spare keys out. And if I did go to Ace today, pick up
Yeah.
those things. I'm like, should I make new keys? I'm like, nope. They're going to turn up.
Wow, determination.
If they don't turn up in a couple days, then I'll have to get new keys made. So I have
So
2 sets.
it could be in any room. in
It could
some
be
corner.
anywhere.
Right.
I even pulled the grates off the floor heaters with the flashlight.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think like a kitten.
he's just gonna keep following those keys, man.
Pop, 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 pop. Where
Right.
could it go?
Where to go?
And
Probably underneath your old sofa.
now I looked under there.
Really?
Found his favorite toy under there. So
Oh.
it was not a good time this morning because I needed to go.
Oh.
I needed to leave.
Oh, there's the time pressure.
And it's like, where are my effing keys?
Right.
It's just, to finally you just break down and grab the spare set. I got to get out of here.
Right.
So hopefully when the wife comes home, she'll be alerted to it. That another set of eyes looking around. See what this little
Yeah.
find out where he
Put
put them.
those keys, man.
Because of course you're backtracking through the day, trying to like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Where was I? Where'd I go? Where'd I put
So
them?
I had them in my pocket when I was working on the
Right.
truck in case I needed to get into the cab.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the cab because both doors were locked, and you can only lock the truck with a key.
Right.
So that rules out that. Notice the bench is relatively clean.
Yeah, there's no keys here, man.
Well, it's because I cleaned off the bench this morning.
What the hell is that, man? Is that Xena?
That's Xena, man.
Wow. Is that a Christmas present?
To myself. Telling you, man, that shows
Kryptonite, huh?
Yeah. Got to get home by 5 o'clock.
Wow. Oh my God. Gotta get home by 5 o'clock.
2 episodes on Saturday. I fell asleep during one of them yesterday, and the wife missed them because she's gotten sucked into it too.
How many seasons of that show?
There were 6 seasons.
6 seasons of that? Wow.
Like 22 episodes per season.
God.
Where nearly every storyline is the same.
So how do you rate that with we're totally going off the deep end. How do you rate that with Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Ooh. They're 2 different worlds.
Obviously.
Okay. Okay, Buffy.
One's a brunette, and the other one's a blonde.
Okay, Buffy was a great show. I know I've watched every
Oh, I
episode.
know. Yeah, you talk about it all the time.
Wow. Xena's different in that it's so campy. And to me, part of the enjoyment of watching it every day is picturing the writing room.
A round table of with things, notes, and ideas posted on index cards, and
Yeah.
people going, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." That's good. Somebody
there's-
fighting a serpent or something.
Some of the conclusions are just so far out there. You're like, oh my God.
Lots of magic.
Oh. Okay, I'm not going to geek out too much, but there.
Don't.
Yeah, it's. I'm almost embarrassed talking about it. But I mean, it was just like this chain of events that, she was riding on the top of a pterodactyl, threw a sword down to Hercules.
Wow, that sounds kind of like heavy metal.
And it was just a special sword to free
Of
this
course.
one person. And
Unlock.
well, to break
Right.
to break the chains, and Hercules holds up a rock, and whoever dealt the blow to cut these chains would die. So both Hercules and Xena were fighting. Not they're arguing over
Sure,
who's
sure.
going to do it. Well, of course, because she threw the sword down from an incredible skydiving height,
Yeah.
hits the rock, ricochets, cuts the chains. Then she, so neither one of them have to die.
Right.
So both series get to go on.
Amen.
And and then she jumps off and gracefully lands in his arms. Like,
Wow, 1 in a million.
exactly.
Glad you were there to see that.
But could you imagine being in that round table? It's like, how can we get Xena out of this situation?
I wish my life was like that sometimes. Right.
And it's Sam Raimi that's behind it. So there's the campiness. Bruce Campbell shows up in some of the episodes.
See, I sign me up. Evil Dead, dude.
So I mean, he has that genius of he knows it's campy and will throw in a sound effect.
Oh, yeah.
Just that.
Right.
That.
Right.
When someone's walk.
Walk. Oh, yeah. Something
Turning your
that's
head.
Totally dubbed in. Right.
And as the seasons go on, it just
Builds
grows. Yeah, more and more. So
in your head.
there's musical episodes. It's just, I don't know. That's what I'm into right now. Buffy is a lot more serious.
She's a very serious actress.
And they did have some really good serious episodes. There was a whole episode where not a word was spoken.
Amen.
They
She just graced you with her presence.
so it's
Okay.
there's two totally different, but
Yeah.
I love them both.
Okay. I would too. All right, man.
Then throw in some Star Trek and
What we got
Planet
on
of
the
the
calendar,
Apes.
man? Yeah, oh yeah, Star Trek. Oh yeah, man, beam me up.
The same channel that has Star Trek or has Xena on it.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing it but they're showing every Star Trek entity from start to finish. So that's the original series,
Right.
the one with Jean-Luc Picard,
Right.
the one with Captain Janeway,
Uh huh.
Deep Space Nine,
Deep Space Nine.
Oh, the one in the Star Trek world that came before. I think it's just called Star Trek Enterprise.
Wasn't there another one called New Generation?
Next Generation.
There you go.
As I'm looking at my Star Trek calendar.
Right. Yeah, but that's the
And the
original,
animated series.
I didn't. Wow.
So
Okay.
they're playing. That's on like all the time. So
Right. Wow,
I'm just carving out this one little hour. Get some Xena in.
1 hour.
Coming up,
Turlock. All right.
Turlock's coming up.
February. What do we got in February, man?
Well, let me see.
Well, we were mentioning something about talking to somebody, Patty or something, about girls in the garage.
No, that was the Bombers guy.
Oh, Eddie Greenwood.
No, the Bombers show.
Bombers.
We met him
Bombers. Oh.
he gave us posters.
Stephen Cantillo.
I don't know.
Bombs Magazine.
Right.
About the Bombs car show. It's supposed to be in, I'm going to say June. So,
Well,
okay.
If you'd bother to look at all the work I did on our new calendar, that's up and live. The Bombers car show is June 24th.
Okay. And then
So our calendar's
maybe
up.
we said you got it right here, Jamco, February.
Yep.
Tony.
That's what that note's there for you to take home. You
Yeah.
got some emails to do.
Yes, sir.
February, we don't have much going on.
I got stuff going on. Let's work on stuff, man. We got a McGuire's video to do. You got to move this Galaxy, man.
That's on my.
Look at
That's
that.
2017, and I'm going to get rid of the motorcycle this year.
Oh, wow.
February, I've got an Adam and the Ants weekend
Where's that?
up in Seattle.
Oh, you were talking about that. When is that?
The show is February 4th, Saturday.
Oh, man. That's like tomorrow.
That's two weeks after.
Yeah.
One week after Turlock.
That's like 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, for someone who
Dang.
hates flying, looks like I'm doing a lot of it.
Imagine that.
I got my 20th wedding anniversary in February.
I don't care about that.
Well, I'll be gone. We're going to Santa Barbara.
Oh, what are you going to do there?
Go back to where we honeymooned.
Of course.
Drink lots of wine.
Yeah, I know. Park the
Eat lots of
car,
good
guess
food.
what? Right, exactly. Uber. Right.
Car show season, other than
Starts kicking in May.
actually
April,
March.
man. I got
March, Street Machine and Muscle Car Nationals.
what? I got April
I got March, man.
for Pomona.
Street Machine and Muscle Car
I got
Nationals.
the email from them for Pomona. It's supposed to be dates for April 8 and 9. Oh, you're killing me, man. Maybe it is the
I got March 18th. Then the weekend after that, Gasoline Girls.
March 18th.
April, NMC West starts kicking in. Good Guys starts kicking in.
Oh, stop. Can't handle it.
Hippie Killer Hoedown.
I just like saying that.
Fabulous Fords Forever.
Yeah.
May, we're looking at Planes of Fame.
Maybe you should
Antique
take the
Nash.
Galaxy to the Ford show in Knott's, dude.
Blow everybody away.
Yeah, dude. What's that?
June, more racing. Yeah,
Street Machine Nationals, man. I gotta get.
but we're definitely going to hit more racing this year. Davis is going to do some more
That's
autocross.
what Street Machine Nationals is all about. All right.
Other than what's going on
Ultimates and
politically,
least race.
2017 is going to be a good year.
Oh, don't even go there, man.
I'm not.
Just keep talking about Xena, dude.
There we go.
Okay.
Couple quick things with the calendar. Are we going to Santa Maria this year?
I would rather go to Race of Gentlemen in October.
Thank you.
And Ventura Nationals.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I checked the website probably. Maybe I'm going to say last week, maybe a week and a half ago, and I didn't find anything.
Yeah.
The postings I did see on Facebook were like December, kind of just pre-Moon Eyes.
Right. And I think there was one at Moon Eyes.
Yeah.
Or
something.
Moon Eyes next week or something.
And then that was it. So I don't know what's going on.
I
don't know why. Because when a website goes down, I mean, usually you pay for that name for. Well, the domain. I don't know if the domain's for sale or if the site has just been removed, but I don't know why you would remove something that's sort of a annular cyclical thing. So
right when I saw that, I
haven't
was like,
seen
okay,
anything.
maybe she's revamping the site, rebuilding it.
maybe, but they're usually just sort of calendar of events. It's a static site, man.
Right. So I don't know what's going on with Ventura Nationals.
Yeah.
I texted her.
Oh, nothing?
Nothing back.
Oh, really?
That doesn't mean anything.
No, it's
Well, necessarily.
usually they say, well, at least say something. I mean,
She could have changed phones. Could have changed her number.
right.
I can't. The
Interesting.
only email I have is
Well,
through
yeah, we
VenturaNationals.com.
won't see him at Grand Nationals, so yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, that would be the one too, because that's September, October. Race of Gentlemen is going to be in October back in Pismo, so I'm going back, man. That's
Oh,
cool.
As soon as I get a date, I'm booking a
And
room.
If we do that again, we should probably hit up the marketing rep, the PR young lady, to see if we can get a Skype interview like a month or month and a half in advance with the actual person that's in charge of that, because
Was it Danielle?
I think so. But trying to get a hold of someone to talk for 30 minutes at event weekend, it's just like impossible.
Well, they're working,
They're working, and there's no.
and at least
At least we
you know-
got some FaceTime with who we need to talk to. I mean, obviously there was a lot of
chaos.
chaos, organized chaos. So
they were
I don't know.
they were dealing with a lot.
And that with the weather and all that too. But yeah, I mean, that'd probably be a benefit to think ahead of that. But at least they're coming back, so we can plan on that. So Santa Maria, I don't know, man. It just doesn't.
I almost said it as a joke.
Oh,
Get over it.
get over it. Right? I don't know. It's just. I don't know.
The hardest part is places to stay without spending $500 a night. You know,
Santa Maria is kind of tough, right? There's no nearby cities really. I mean, Pismo's north of that, south of that, then you're like in Santa Barbara. So,
I don't mind driving a little bit to get to the venue. But everywhere in that nice, comfortable circle, when you look at hotels on a map,
it's kind of like when we went to the Paso show, when West Coast show was in Paso, and we stayed in San Luis Obispo.
right?
A bit of a jog, man. Was that
Going up and over
going
the hill.
up the hill took longer? Obviously, than coming down, but still, you had to plan ahead for that. Oh, yeah, I hear you.
So for last year, I couldn't find a place
Right.
that was reasonable.
And that is on end of May, right? Memorial Day weekend.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I haven't done it. I don't miss it.
I miss going to Paso.
I would rather, right?
but-
Paso's cool. I mean, I had a great time when I was there, but I would rather see what Eddie's got going on with Whitewell Nationals and the Race of Gentlemen. So, and Ventura. So those three, home run.
And then there's also the Salt Flats.
Oh, Bonneville.
Yeah.
Well,
I
last year, I know we talked about it the past 2 years, but they had issues with weather. It seems to me it rained. Maybe it was 2 years ago it rained, so they postponed it a week. I know it goes for a whole week, but the actual, like the weekend part it got postponed another week. So
Right. That was 2 years ago.
was that 2 years ago now already?
And then a year ago, it was sketchy whether or not they were going to do it.
Something to do with the salt too, right?
Right. It had to do with the salt. And, at least for us, there wasn't, once they announced that they were going to do it, didn't have enough time to plan for it,
Right.
to work it into a schedule.
And that's not right. It's not like we're driving 4 hours. That's like we're talking Utah, man.
Right.
I mean, that's like a 12-hour
That's
drive.
a commitment.
That's like you driving, dude. Yeah, exactly. I mean, or you drive or you fly, but by the time you fly and rent a car, I mean, I don't know, fly to Salt Lake City, I guess. I mean, you really have to plan like, 4 or 5 days out of that. So I don't know. I would love to, but at the same time, it's sort of like I don't really know if. I think we might be better off getting our feet wet if we went local here to the SCTA at El Mirage. Over there by Gene Winfield shop, Palmdale, Mojave area. Remember how long it took us to drive out there?
Yeah.
But that would be like, times 10 for Bonneville. But, yeah, I hear you. I mean, salt flat stuff it's interesting, it's cool, but if I knew somebody who was actually doing it, I had a feeling it's like that. It's like watching Autocross, or it's like, okay, that's great, but until you do it or somebody's doing it, it's like, well,
I'm just throwing it out there.
saying?
At one point, I do want to do it one year. I'm not going to use.
Gonna go make salt angels out there in the salt.
Something. I just want to
piss on
experience.
it and write your name.
I just want to experience it once.
No, I hear you. Yeah, because that's like, hey, here's a rocket on the land, and here's a guy on a motorcycle, just like mine.
Yeah.
Right.
And I shot video of it.
And I shot video, right? Or you're lucky. It's like, man, we got a GoPro on there.
And another thing I want to do this year is one of the Nights of Destruction over at Irwindale.
Ooh. That sounds cool. There you are with the death race theme again.
I had coffee.
Demolition Derby, man. I haven't seen that since Ascot.
I had coffee with my second cousin a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And she was saying, like, I'm not really into cars, and I don't like my boyfriend's dad, but we went out and
Wait, she didn't like his car?
she's not into cars,
Oh.
and she doesn't like her stepdad or her boyfriend's dad.
Right.
But she was being a good sport,
Right.
And went to this event, and she's like, yeah, they had figure eight racing.
Where?
And like demolition derby.
And you're like, where's this?
And I'm like, did you go to Irwindale?
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, did they have the cars with the steel plates? And then so yeah, that was the best part. Sparks are flying. I'm like,
okay.
that was Knights of Destruction, wasn't it? So yeah, that's what it was. And I'm like, I'm putting it on the list.
Okay.
We're going.
We're going.
While Irwindale is still there.
Still there, right. It's like a love-hate relationship, isn't it?
Yep. So,
Anyway,
I think we're done.
I'm done.
All right. We may or may not be recording in Turlock. I'm not bringing the equipment. I might bring the little Tascam recorder.
All right. I mean, are we digitally advanced now where we can just use our phone?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
We can probably get something done if Mr. Fish is up to it.
That's a crazy idea. Well, we all just use our own phone. You have 3 mics.
Send them all to William, and he'll just edit it all up
Mix
together.
them all together. That's right, man.
So, I think we should do a recording in Turlock. At least to report on the Weird Dust and whether or not we see Death Race.
See what? Death Race?
Death Race.
That sounds like fun, man.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, dude.
So, until Turlock.
Yeah.
And if you're going to Turlock, toss us an email,
Yeah.
primerpodcast@gmail.com, and I will buy you a beverage
Right, man.
of your choice.
Right on.
just let us know. And yeah. So, until Turlock, my name is William.
But there'll be no more crying of you.
Got rust? Check out POR 15's 3-step system to stop rust permanently. POR, paint over rust. Visit them at POR15.com. And while you're there, browse their other fine automotive coatings, paints, and products.